was you. You were on the.
I call this meeting to order at 8:34 p.m. Secretary Strauss, can you please call the roll?
President Four. Here. Vice President Jacobs.
Here.
PR Srimpy.
Here.
Executive Treasurer Lorenz.
Here.
Assistant Treasurer Doyle.
Here.
Senator Dollison.
Here.
Senator Lennon.
Here.
Senator Walton.
Here.
Senator Hernandez Garrity. Senator Hertzberg.
Here.
Senator Wilcoxon. Senator Maldonado. Senator Godham.
Here.
Senator Parizo.
Here.
Senator Westfall.
Here.
Senator Abraham. Senator Burns. Senator Robb.
Here.
Senator Bada.
Here.
Senator Levimoff. Senator Williamson.
Here.
Senator Cavender.
Here.
Senator Bakri.
Here.
Senator Howard.
Here.
Senator Martin. I don't see Bob. Senator Flanagan.
Here.
Proposal called.
Thank you. And then before we move on to public comment, I'm going to address the elephant in this tiny room. Sorry about that. There was a miscommunication on my part at the beginning of the school year where we booked this for the semester, booked the ballroom for the semester, but since today is MLK Day, I don't believe it was booked. So it will definitely be addressed before next week. We'll be back in the ballroom. So for right now, sorry about that, but maybe you get to know some more people. I don't know. Moving on to public comment. Are there any on YouTube or none here? All right. Moving on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda or amend the agenda? All in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Moving on to senators' reports. If you have a report, if you could just please stand up and speak loudly so the webcam can hear you. Remember, we have 2 senators' reports before the meetings. I'll make it down to 1 since it's the beginning of the school year. Even if it's just welcome anyone to be back.
Hello, everyone. I know that this might have been brought up in the email, I think by Vice President Jacobs, but he wanted us to get some more SRs going on. I think the constituency reports we did at the end of last semester are a great place to start. I know that parking might be a harder issue for us to address, but some of the ones on dining, maybe dining can address, and other people. But I am a returning senator, so if anybody would like to ask me for help writing an SR or like just fielding ideas, please let me know. I'm available by my personal email, or you can just come and talk to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Parizo. Before we move forward, are there any else? Okay. Moving on to advisors' reports.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Couple of things tonight. First of all, I just wanted to speak on COVID for just a couple of minutes. We are doing remarkably well as an institution. Right now, the dashboard is back up as of tonight. Positivity rate of students is 1.27. So there are over 2,500 student tests in right now from re-entry for the semester. So you all did remarkably well. The students did an incredible job of trying to get tests. I know it was tough out there to get tests. Student Health Center did about 325 of them. All those numbers are back up on the dashboard now. Our positivity rate with faculty and staff is also very low at 3.6. We expected, honestly, when we came back, we were preparing for 25 and 35% type of positivity rate. So this is absolutely incredible. What we've got going on. So we're going to continue with the masks on until further notice, just to make sure we, again, redevelop this sort of nice static environment on campus. And so I think y'all should, travel with confidence around the campus. Everything is good. The only place really where we're saying take your mask off for a little while is while you eat. That's okay. I would like to say that I think that we are getting to a point that if you do any reading, which I do about COVID, about 10 times a day, which is getting old, by the way. What you realize is that we are quickly approaching a flashpoint in the pandemic. And that flashpoint is it's going to go from pandemic to endemic, meaning this is here to stay forever. It's never going away. Kind of like the flu, influenza A, influenza B. Some of you who have been tested even, and you came back to school, might have been tested for the influenza at the same time you were tested for COVID. I know a bunch of students that been tested actually had flu tests right next to the COVID test. And so we are, as a society, creeping toward that. Many large institutions in the country, I'll name a few, West Virginia University, Cornell, USC, others, are not talking about this as endemic. They are beginning to say it's time to start figuring out how to live with this on an everyday basis. And it is vaccines and boosters that are going to make that possible going forward. So I think that as we look ahead over the next 4 to 6 months, there'll be a lot of change on the front of COVID, where we start treating COVID like we do the flu, basically. So that is something that the campus team is aware of. We're going to continue to talk about as we go forward. We are obviously not going to make decisions that put anybody at risk, but at the same time, we've got to get used to living with this as an everyday part of our society. At this point, if you were to go to the health center and test for strep throat, you'd probably be home for 4 or 5 days as well, just like you would have been COVID. If you had the flu and were throwing up and were sick, you'd probably be out for 3 to 5 days also with the flu, right? So we're quickly kind of moving in that direction with this pandemic. It's following a fairly typical kind of trend line that pandemics follow, where it becomes, again, endemic, and you're just dealing with it as part of daily life. So what I think that means is there's a little light at the end of the tunnel on this. So I think that's almost all pretty good. So that's what I'll tell you on COVID. We're going to continue the campus measures. We're continuing at this point. Probably over the next, again, 3 to 6 months, we're going to be making some changes. And dealing with this is just an everyday part of being a human being on Earth at this point. So I want to share a couple of other things with you. First of all, I'd like to say there's going to be a grand reopening of the cafe on January 27th. So that's just provided all the furniture comes in. COVID problems, okay. We were hoping to have it open by now, but there's a little bit of delay. But we are doing everything we can to get it open as quickly as possible. We're actually sending our FM teams, and God bless them for doing this, up with trucks to Michigan to pick up the furniture we ordered from somebody and bring it back here by hand and set it up so that we can get this thing open for you as quickly as possible.
They're literally driving to Michigan on the 26th, bringing it back, working
26th.
all day to assemble it so that we can do the opening on the 27th. So
Yeah. So
we had to wait for it to be shipped here. It would take 3 more weeks. So kudos to FM.
We're doing everything we possibly can. Everybody at the university is pitching in to get this done and get it reopened. So I think you're going to really like what you see. It's going to be a completely transformed environment and a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it. So grand opening on the 27th. More to come on that. I think that's about all I have.
Are there any questions for the advisors? All right, well, thank you guys for your advice. Moving on to officers' reports. President Ford.
All right. So just to reiterate what Steve said, the CAF will open on June 27th. We're super excited to see some of the changes. Also, like Steve said, the staff and administration are doing everything they can right now to monitor COVID cases with the limited resources that they have. So please continue to wear your mask and encourage other people to do so. I also wanted to give a little bit of an update on the parking situation on campus. We learned that next semester, Boothie will be assessing the current parking situation. They will be doing this by measuring who is in what spaces at what times. And this will hopefully help figure out the demand of student, commuter, staff parking during the day and figure out where we can sort of reassign some of the spaces to make it more efficient and accommodate our growing commuter population. So that's going to be taking place next semester. I know that this is something that people have been wanting for a while. So if people ask you about parking or complain about it, you can let them know that this will be happening in the near future. I also just want to say, please feel free to use the office at any time. We'd love to have you guys in there. Usually there's at least one person on eBoard in the office, so you can come in and say hi and get some of your work done. The office is there for you to use. Oh yes, mascot, thank you. Also, I have been trying to figure out from the university, specifically Vice President O'Rourke, about the timeline of the new mascot that's going to go along with our symbol as the beacons. That's currently being worked on, and as soon as I get any information on that, I'll let you know. Lastly, I just want to say it's so great to see all your faces again, and I'm just excited for this semester. Are there any questions for me? All right, I'm good.
Thank you, President Ford. Moving on to my report. First, Student Senate will be having a Student Senate-wide retreat on February 21st. So last semester, the executive committee had our retreat to start going over the bylaws and such. But now with the amount of new senators that will be coming in soon, we thought it would be a good idea to have a Student Senate-wide retreat to go over what we're doing with the bylaws, do some leadership training, and starting to look forward to the future of Senate. So this will be taking place of our General Assembly meeting February 21st. So it will be required. You guys will have to come. If you have any excuses, email Secretary Schaus. But please come to that. The advisors will be putting together an itinerary for that night to go over that leadership training and such. So this also goes into my agenda piece of helping out Senator Bakri and the screening committee of filling those positions. So please talk with your constituents, your peers that would be qualified to fill some of the empty positions right now. Senator Bakri will go over more of that in her report. But please just try to help them get those positions filled by that February 21st deadline so that we can have a nice full Senate going into our retreat. Are there any questions on the retreat? Okay, moving on. So like Senator Parizo said in her senator's report, I would like to see some more SRs or Senate resolutions coming out this semester. I know we're doing a lot with the bylaws, but it's always great to show the student body that we're still doing things for them. There's always things to be worked on for the student body through legislation. So if we could pump out a few SRs this semester, I think the student body would be very appreciative that they can see that we're doing work for them. And like Senator Parizo said, there's plenty of senators that have been here for a while, including us on the e-board, that would be more than happy to help you guys get those started. Lastly, I just want to give you a bylaws update. So over the winter break, e-board up here worked on the bylaws by putting it into a new document. So we got our 73-page bylaws down to 22 pages right now. So great work there. How they're so short now, we're doing an addendum system. So with that, all of the committees, procedures, duties, responsibilities, makeup, those are all going into addendums. So they will be separate documents that will be accompanied with the bylaws that people can reference. And what's great about addendums are that instead of bylaw proposals and constitutional amendments that when passed cannot take effect until the next academic year, addendums, once put into effect or changed and put into effect, take place immediately. So if you guys feel that a committee is not working out and you want to add or subtract something from it, or committees are just one example that can go into addendums, you can change that immediately and that goes into effect immediately. So we're able to kind of hit the curbs faster when it comes to student body concerns. We don't have to go through all of the red tape and bureaucracy and wait a whole year until we can do something for the student body that could be done. So the addendum system is going to work hopefully. But if you guys have any other ideas of how we can better do that, we're definitely open to it. We don't want to be the only ones making decisions up here. With that, we have addendums for the new committees that we're doing, and we revised all of our bylaws, we revised the Constitution to match the bylaws. So we're hoping that the exec committee team will be able to start presenting those to you guys in the coming weeks. We just have to go through a couple more things until they'll be done. So we'll start slowly going through those with you, and then we'll go into depth with them at a retreat. So look forward to that. Are there any questions for me about any of the things I read? No? All right. Moving on to Secretary Shops.
So I sent out an email about the office hours this semester. I already saw some of you signed up, but please read the email with the instructions, sign up for your hours, and then if you have any questions, email me, come up and talk to me, and we'll get it figured out. Thank you. End report.
Public Relations Coordinator Timothy.
So just to keep everyone in the loop, I have worked with the DFC committee as well as the screening committee to get an email together to go out to all students. And then I have also put together a bunch of graphics to help with screening committee and their efforts, as well as getting the proposals for the DFC. If there's no questions, then just end report.
All right, thank you guys. Moving on to Executive Treasurer Lorenz.
I just want to say that we are continuing to work on our new financial model for next year. So if you have any input or suggestions on yourself or your constituents, please let us know.
All right, moving on to committee reports. Executive Committee Chair 4.
Our new executive committee time to meet is 3:30 to 4:30 on Mondays, and it's in the Christopher Center Board of Directors room. Anyone is welcome to join and voice a concern or any idea. So if you are interested in doing that, you can feel free to show up at any of our weekly meetings. Are there any questions? Report.
Finance Committee Chair Frizo.
No report.
Administration Chair Flanagan.
Hi, everyone. I am the new admin chair, so I just want to introduce myself. I'll leave 2 spots open, so hopefully with the new senators Senator Beth Reed has, they can join. And then we didn't meet today, but we're going to be having our first meeting of the semester next Monday before this meeting. And we have 2 applications already that have been turned in, so we're probably going over those next Monday. Thank you, and report.
Committee on Media Chair Williamson.
Hi, I'm the new media chair. We are working on setting up our time that will be a recurring time every month for the Committee on Media, and we will update. And report.
Thank you. Screening Committee Chair Bakri.
Hi, everyone. So kind of like as President Jacobs was saying, we are really looking to get a quick turnaround on those seats. So if you know anyone who's interested or potentially either have them reach out or go ahead and just some names and I can reach out to them as well. So thus far, just to give you kind of an update on what's been going on, I've held 4 interviews for open Senate seats. And then once the email goes out, hopefully there'll be some more interest and we can continue with those. And we would like to have all the seats filled by the time we are.
Can you put any the minutes agenda for what position?
Oh, yeah, it's there. Anything else?
Any other questions for Senator Bakri? All right, thank you. Moving on to, she is not here, correct?
Yeah, no report.
Moving on to Dining Services Committee Chair Dawson.
Hi, everyone. For people on the dining committee, check your email, just see, I sent just inquiring about your schedules and stuff like that, so you can schedule times to meet either after this meeting or whenever you guys have availability. And also, I just want to figure out everyone's schedule so we can start another open forum to have our student body come and either tell us if they're happy with the changes we've made in the dining committee or what needs to be worked on.
All right, thank you. Diversity and Inclusion Chair Howard. All right, thank you. And then the Discretionary Funds Committee Chair Bob.
Discretionary funds applications are opening up tomorrow. We're going to be sending out an email and some stuff on social media. Let people know that it exists so they can apply if they have something. And we're also going to need 2 more committee members because 2 of our senator members left for study abroad.
We can either do nominations now or just wait till next week. Are there any nominations, or do you guys just want to wait till next week? Next week? Okay, next week. So have nominations ready for 2 senator positions for DFC by next week. All right. Moving on to new business. There are none. No old business. Are there any public comments on YouTube? Moving on to postmortem. Welcome back, everybody. We're excited to have you guys back. Thank you so much for your flexibility tonight. Sorry about that again. It wasn't too horrible. So thank you again for your flexibility. Just one quick thing, something that I failed to mention in my report. With the bylaws and constitution and addendums and everything, we're hoping to have that ratified before spring break, so that we can have the new election stuff ready for our elections coming up in the spring, our new financial model ready for budgeting in the spring, and our new representation model and everything ready for next semester. So those of you that are working on addendums and bylaws, please try to have those done in the next few weeks so that we can start reviewing those and getting them ready to vote on before the spring break. With that, there was a lot of information that was done tonight, so I'll take any more questions right now. Any questions? All right, well, thank you guys so much for being so accommodating tonight. With that, I move, or is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a second? All right, meeting adjourned at 8:55 p.m. Thank you guys.